What's up guys, welcome back to the Cobra YouTube channel. Thanks again for joining me and I hope everybody out there is doing great. Before I begin the review, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel guys. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit that like button if you like the video and hit that all important bell button so you get notified anytime I post a new video. So this is my retro review for the legendary Halo Combat Evolved.
Chief? Chief, can you hear me?
Affirmative. Echo 419 inbound.
The Covenant presence here is stronger than I anticipated. They seem to have the entire region secured.
The ring has some kind of deep religious significance.
They call it Halo.
They believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race.
That's not going to happen.
Give them hell, Marine.
Get out of here before it's too late!
So, Halo Combat Evolved is now 19 years old, and I still remember the first time that I played this game when it first released way back in November 2001. I had played many first-person shooters by then, like the likes of Doom, Wolfenstein and Quake, and although those games are all legends of the first-person shooter genre, none of them blew my mind the way Halo Combat Evolved did. Playing Halo was the first game that made me really think about the possibilities of what games could be in the future, and I am sure I am not the only gamer out there that felt this way. And you can't talk about Halo without mentioning the Xbox and its launch. Microsoft, who were going up against the mighty Sony, who had already established themselves as the home console market leaders, had a huge task on their hands in trying to get a slice of that gaming pie. And just like the Nintendo and Sega days, so began the gaming war for control of our home entertainment, and we gamers stood to benefit from this big time. Now the Xbox may have got off to a very shaky start, but I am sure even the most devoted Sony fans will admit that Xbox is a worthy rival. Xbox had many great games available, but Halo Combat Evolved was crucial to the success of Microsoft's first console and its future. Halo helped pave the way for shooters and the popularity and success that they would go on and enjoy. Halo was the first time in which 16 players in one room was possible, and its sequel, the legendary Halo 2, helped revolutionize online gaming on a console, something that will not be forgotten and which I will talk about more in a little bit. The game begins with the Pillar of Autumn, coming out of slipspace near a mysterious ring-shaped space station called Halo, with the evil Covenant hot on their tail. We then see Captain Keyes then wipe the navigation data and prevents the Covenant from being able to learn the location of Earth. This is where the Halo legend begins, and what a beginning to the saga it is. The Covenant are boarding the ship. The ship's going to crash, there is a mysterious artifact, and we get a legendary score from Martin O'Donnell. After being awakened from cryo sleep and are given a pistol by Captain Keyes, the adventure then begins. This game for me is just epic and captures what makes a shooter so much fun. It was immersive and felt incredible and had a 21-year-old me smiling from ear to ear. Bungie created tight mechanics and gave real purpose to the good old Duke controller. The weapons were all fun to use, original and very exciting, albeit a little overpowered in some cases, but regardless, they all felt great. Halo was also known for its amazing AI difficulty. You could blow through the game on easy or normal, but if you wanted a real challenge, then the now famous legendary difficulty gave players the chance to really show what they were made of, while heroic difficulty still offered a strong challenge. I also always loved the relationship between Master Chief, Cortana, and those lovable Marines.
Man, we let those dumb bugs out to the middle of nowhere to keep them from getting their filthy claws on Earth. But we stumbled onto something that's so hot for that they're scrambling over each other to get it. Well, I don't care if it's God's own anti-son of a bitch machine or a giant hula hoop, we're not gonna let them have it. What we will let them have is a belly full of lead and a pool of their own blood to drown in. Am I right, Marines?
Sir, yes, sir!
Damn right I am. Now move it out! Double time!
The player really developed a bond and a sense of friendship with Cortana. The dialogue that you would both engage in added to the story and really helped build a relationship between the player and the world. Cortana would always provide you with information on what was happening or what their next objective be, and they always just worked well together. And the Marines always felt like teammates to me. Marines walking up to greet the Master Chief when he arrived on the scene just made everything so much more real. I felt for them when they died, and I always tried to jump in and absorb some of the bullets just to keep them in the fight for a bit longer. They were always your friends in the fight against the Flood and the Covenant, and I was glad to have them come along for the ride. Graphically, for its time, Halo also looked incredible. When you boot it up now, you can see that it's aged quite a bit, but it still managed to leave everything else from its time to dust. The world isn't as detailed as games grew to be, so there are plenty of grey walls and plain outdoor textures, but it all looked good where it counted. Textures were definitely lacking in many areas, but this world was still brought to life by its amazing visuals. Character models, faces, vehicles and gunfire all helped give the world life, and the interiors featured plenty of electronic displays, signs and doors to bring a bit more realism to its world. Outdoor levels featured huge trees, giant mountains, beautiful lakes and rivers, with stars in the sky and the ever-present Halo ring itself. It may look dated now, but remember, this is when game worlds were starting to get bigger and take shape into what we see in game worlds today. But I always remember Halo as being the first true game that showed us what was possible in the video game world. And then when it comes to the musical score for Halo, well, I can't praise the musical score of Martin O'Donnell enough. The music for the game and the entire series has some of the most recognizable tracks in modern video games. The amazing score also helped pull you into Halo's universe and plays with your emotions in ways that graphics and shooting could never dream of doing. The music for Halo plays like a character from the story, just like the Master Chief himself. And it would be impossible, guys, to talk about Combat Evolved without talking about its legendary multiplayer. It may not have had online multiplayer like we know today, but split screen and LAN parties were happening everywhere. People would be playing 2 to 4 player matches all over the world. Some diehard gamers would even gather a group of 16 or more friends with 4 TVs hooked up to their 4 Xboxes with 4 copies of Halo and 16 controllers just to get that ultimate multiplayer experience. These 16-player deathmatches was something that had never been seen on console, and it took the gaming world by storm. Bungie knew their game was fun and figured it would be even more fun if gamers could change up the settings to create their own styles of play with their friends. This helped start the multiplayer gaming craze before the sequel Halo 2 helped create the foundation for online gaming as we know today on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network. Halo Combat Evolved is a legendary game from start to finish, and it's on my list of games that I always go back to and play. I think Halo Combat Evolved will be forever remembered as one of the truly greatest games ever made, just like the original Legend of Zelda, Super Mario 3 and Doom, in not only how great it is, but also for its contributions to gaming and the impact it had and the impact it's still having in gaming today. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel already. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the thumbs down if you didn't. And also hit the bell button so you get notified when I post a new video. Guys, thank you again. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time on the next Joe Cobra video. Bye-bye.